This video will contain massive spoilers for LEGO Marvel Avengers Code Red on Disney+. So if you're worried about spoilers, be sure to watch the full movie, then come back to this and enjoy the show. Hey guys, Avengers Code Red was a lot of fun. I did think it was a little bit more like aimed at kids than I was hoping, but it's a LEGO movie, so what do you expect? Anyways, this came out on my birthday. Yes, today is my birthday, so definitely a cool way to start the day. And of course, just like always, I'm here to show you how to make every character possible using 100% official LEGO parts and pieces. Now, a lot of characters that were in this movie don't actually exist in LEGO, so I did my best to build those, but admittedly, some of them I just don't feel like I can do justice. So if I didn't think I could do a good job, I did have to leave them out. Anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the video, and then I'm gonna roll on and enjoy my birthday. So let's get to it. Now, one of the things I like most about this movie is how the whole thing is just a giant love letter to LEGO, and in particular LEGO Marvel, but we did see a lot of cool Easter eggs to LEGO collecting in general. Anyways, that extends into the minifigure design and what they showed us on screen, because Iron Man, Thor, and Black Widow are literally exactly the same as the 2023 LEGO set, the Avengers Quinjet. So, you know, there are ways to upgrade these, like giving Thor printed legs and Black Widow printed legs, but to get them as accurate as possible for the movie, we actually just need to use them exactly the way they come in the set. Interestingly, Hulk is pretty similar to the 2024 Plus set, Wrath of Loki. That was not a particularly great LEGO set, but I did think that the Hulk Big Fig there was a standout, and it is really cool, and it's probably the closest Hulk we have in actual LEGO form to what we see in the movie, so that's what I'm going to suggest we use here. Interestingly, the Captain America uses the Endgame style torso, but in the movie, he does have leg printing. So what I did here is I used the arms and legs from Captain Carter from the LEGO Marvel Collectible Minifigure Series 1, because again, you know, those are really detailed, and it's gonna be about as close as we can get. Interestingly, instead of Hawkeye, we get Sam Wilson Captain America, which is a cool inclusion, but no Hawkeye in this movie is a little bit odd. Anyways, the Sam Wilson they showed us in the movie is literally the CMF version right out of the bag. The only thing is, he actually has a shield that matches Captain America's, because they like exchange shields at one point, but I went ahead and left him with the shield here, assuming that not everybody's gonna have a ton of Cap shields laying around, so, you know, I don't think it's the end of the world to use the shield he came with, but technically him and Steve Rogers do have the same shield in this movie. So the movie opens with Red Skull attacking the city, and of course he has some Hydra agents there, and the Red Skull minifigure that we see in the movie, again, is literally the Red Skull that they give us in the LEGO sets. So this one is from the Hydra Stomper from Marvel What If, so that's going to be what we're going to use here. And then to build the Hydra Trooper, we actually have never gotten a Hydra Trooper in black before, so I did have to custom build this one. What I used here are regular black legs with the torso and one black arm from the Winter Soldier from Captain America Civil War. Then I gave him another black arm and hand to match. I gave him this head from Batman because that gets you the white goggles with the black on the sides. And then if we put this Ultron drone cap on just right and line it up with the whites of the eyes, it looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's probably the best we can do right now. In the show, it actually uses the Captain America helmet, but it is black, and we technically don't have that as a LEGO piece just yet. So until such time, I think that this is probably our best closest option. What do you think? I was not expecting Red Guardian to play as big a part in this special as he did, but he's actually kind of like a main character, and really the story with him and Black Widow is like a backbone for the entire movie, which I thought was actually pretty nice, especially for like a kid's movie. But anyways, what I did here is I used the actual Red Guardian figure that came in the 2020 Black Widow Comic-Con exclusive set. Now, it technically wasn't a Comic-Con exclusive, it was sold through Amazon, but Comic-Con was canceled that year because of COVID, and so yeah, that's how you were able to get him. He's pretty expensive these days, but they literally based the movie design off of this exact figure. He does have a better shield than the one we got in the Comic-Con set, but I digress. This is the best way to go forward, and definitely what I recommend. Now, by this point in the movie, we see all of the Avengers hanging out casually at Avengers Tower, and technically the only official casual minifigure we've gotten from LEGO that matches what we see in the movie is the 2012 era Tony Stark with his kind of Black Sabbath inspired t-shirt there, and honestly, the designs that we see here for all the figures are really cool, but again, LEGO has never given them to us, and honestly, I would really have to dig through my piece collection to see what I would recommend, so maybe you guys can get us started by dropping some comments comments down below. Now that being said, we do see Thor transition into some different costumes at this point, and probably the best thing we could do for him here is go ahead and use this classic Thor, which did actually come in a LEGO set many years ago. The only change we need to do here, of course, is giving him these dual molded legs, which have come in LEGO City and even some promotional packs over the years, but that's probably the best we could do here. Might want to give him the beard head to match what we see in the show, but again, everything else I would really have to dig for some parts for, and to be honest with you guys, it's my birthday, so I do kind of want to chill out and take it easy, but I did want to get this video out too, so that's the balance of creating content. Anyways, let's move on. So around this point of the movie is where we meet Black Panther, and the design they went with is, interestingly enough, the one from the Black Panther Wakanda Forever 4+ set. Kind of a random inclusion and a random suit to pick, but it does look good on screen and in LEGO form, so hard to complain. Black Panther is chasing down Red Ghost, and interestingly enough, I think he does translate into a custom LEGO minifigure pretty well. What I used here is the flipped around torso from Magneto from the Mighty Micros, with this white kind of collar piece here that comes on the Ice Guardian from the LEGO CMF series, with the head from Vulture from Marvel, and the hair piece that's got the bald hair with the white around the back from Eddie Prang, I believe, or Ernie Prang from Harry Potter. I can't quite remember his name if I'm honest with you, but that's where it came from, and I gave him red legs to finish it out. Now that brings us to the movie's villain, the Collector, and the Collector is so out there. Unfortunately, I don't really know that you could build this like perfectly based off of what we see on screen, but the closest I could get was using the head from Velma from Scooby-Doo. That gets you those big boxy glasses, and I think that works pretty well. I used this pushback white hair. I know it's not the exact style that the Collector has in the movie, but again, I'm just going for the closest we can get. I don't have any hairpiece that quite looks like that in my collection that I can find, so I think this is our next best option. The torso is flipped around, and that's from the Evil Queen from the Disney CMF Series 3. Then I put dark red arms with white gloves on there, and then these kind of like rock star jeans to complete the look based off of what we see on screen. From there, the Avengers head to the beach, and they go to meet Logan, aka Wolverine, where he's grilling out some hot dogs, and the best way we can build this is to use the head and hair combo from Wolverine from the LEGO Marvel CMF Series 2. Unfortunately, the hair that they use in the movie actually is a hairpiece that doesn't quite exist in LEGO. It's kind of like an amalgamation of two different pieces, so to keep it simple, the hairpiece they just gave us for Logan is probably the best bet. They also don't make any like hairy chests and arms like we see in the movie, so the next best option there is using this torso from Beach Batman from the LEGO Batman movie collectible minifigure series. I gave him yellow hips and these legs from Endor Princess Leia to kind of give him his Wolverine X-Men style speedo, and of course I gave him the claws, and I think that that's actually pretty accurate for what we see in the movie. Of course, in the very next scene, we see Wolverine, and this is the version that we get in the LEGO Marvel CMF Series 2, so luckily there's no changes or upgrades to make here because it's literally perfect to what we see on the screen in the movie. So we also spend some time with Red She-Hulk in this movie, and she does exist as a real LEGO minifigure. She came in the Hulk vs. Red Hulk set from a number of years ago, and they used the exact minifigure from that set, so there's not really any upgrades or anything to be made. You'll just have to hunt down that pretty rare set and get this figure. In a very cool surprise, we actually see several Wendigos in this, and I don't think there's any way to accurately make that as a LEGO minifigure, especially not as a big fig, but I did want to point it out that it is cool that we see the Wendigo here. We also see Omega Red not too long later, and unfortunately, guys, I just don't think I can do justice to Omega Red right now with the pieces in my collection, so if you guys have Omega Red suggestions, let me know how you would build them in the comments down below. Now, as we go through the collector's collection, we see some rare minifigures, and I legitimately do have a real Mr. Gold. So this is an actual Mr. Gold. If you don't know, LEGO only made 5,000 of him back in the collectible minifigure Series 10, and he's worth several $1,000s as of the recording of this video, and I am very fortunate to have one in my collection, so I never thought I'd get to use him in a LEGO Marvel showcase, but here we are. Next to Mr. Gold is just some random figure, and then next to that is an Ultron drone from 2015, so here are two rare pieces from the collector's collection. Now, kind of along the lines of Mr. Gold, I never expected Santa to be in a LEGO Marvel showcase, but here we are. For this, just to keep it simple, I used the Santa from the Santa Sleigh set from a number of years ago. In fact, it's still available at the LEGO stores, I think around holiday time. But anyways, it's a cool set, and the only thing I changed out, of course, is the head, because he does have a flesh tone head in this movie to match all the other characters. So I gave him the head from Eddie Prang or Ernie Prang or whatever his name is from Harry Potter, because we already used that figure to get the hair for Red Ghost. So since I already tore that apart, might as well use a piece I just had laying around in front of me. So with that, that's going to bring the showcase to a close, and let's wrap it up and get out of here. Alright guys, let me know what you thought of these customs and the movie in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel here, be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.